When you switch on the TV or read any kind of online article, you'll be quick to know that apparently we live in one of the worst generations for opportunities when it comes to making money for the past couple of generations. In fact, it's estimated that some people in this generation will struggle to have the same quality of life as our previous generation, which to me is quite staggering. Now, as somebody who has always made money online, I think there are quite a few reasons why so many people are struggling today. I think the main one though is that people look at things in all the wrong way. Because in the last 20 years, so much has changed, right? We all know this is a fact, but not many people actually acknowledge this and apply it to life. In the last 20 years, we've had the invention of AI, we've had the invention of the internet, and the actual expansion of all of these concepts. So clearly the world's changed a lot. But what hasn't changed? Well, for most people, it's the way that they work. Most people still wake up early, go to a 9 to 5, and do that as their sole source of income, which is fine, but here's the thing. The way that everything else works has changed, and for people wanting to make a lot of money, it's now very clear that employers are not paying what they used to. If you look at the salaries based for inflation in the last 10 or 15 years, you'll see that the real terms income that most people make has gone down, and this is problematic. However, I think it does all boil down to the fact that many people are looking in the wrong place to make money. Unfortunately, whilst we are in a bit of a rut here in terms of finances, you can look at things in two ways. You can look at it through the old lens or look through new ways to make money, and that's what I have been doing for the last 10 or so years, and it's what I know a lot of you guys have been doing too, and it's why I know a lot of you guys watch this channel. If you guys want to have financial success, it is nowadays upon yourself to do this, because it's not like the 1960s anymore. You're not going to be able to go to work, have one job, and have 3 cars and go on holiday twice a year. It just doesn't work like that anymore. However, for some people, there are more opportunities than ever. If you ask me, for those who are in the know, this is one of the easiest times to make money and one of the easiest times to get rich. However, we are in a window that may be closing, especially as AI does develop. As you guys will know, AI is now doing artwork and also writing scripts, which is taking away a lot of freelance jobs. However, despite this, the opportunities for many of these positions are currently still there, and if you ask me, the easiest way to get rich is to start trying. So now that you've acknowledged that a job may not be the best way to go about getting rich, because whilst it can provide a nice life, it will not allow you to get successfully rich or wildly rich. But once you acknowledge this, what do you actually do? Well, it's never a good idea to directly quit your job, because you probably don't have enough cash to tide you over, and even if you did, you don't have a successful business plan that you can immediately implement, and that would mean that it's a bad idea to quit the job, so there's basically no point in even doing that. However, what you can do is start researching on business ideas and skills that you can learn. If you watched our video yesterday, you'll know that we spoke about the fact that in 2023, it's not a good idea for most people to start a business. And that's not because the environment is wrong, it's because most people simply don't want what comes with running a business. It does take stress, it does take determination, and it also takes working harder than everybody else. Most people, before they even begin on a business, have fallen in love with the concept of being rich, sitting on a beach and getting to that end destination. And whilst that is obviously everyone's dream, there's a lot of hard work that goes in before you're anywhere near that point, and this is what people fail to understand. So with the internet though, it is very easy to learn skills, and these skills are in demand for a lot of people if you have the effort to actually learn them properly. Because as much as many people feel financially trapped these days, there are new ways to make money that people don't think about. You could possibly share your skills with courses, you could make YouTube videos like this, you could sell stuff online and start an e-commerce brand, and you could do anything else. Business to a degree is like science. There are exact formulas, however you don't necessarily stumble upon them immediately. You need to keep experimenting with what works and what doesn't, and over time you will learn and get something that does work. The unfortunate thing though is most people give up anywhere before they're near this point, and the reason is because it is incredibly hard. The truth is, it doesn't matter which way you go, it is incredibly hard, whether you're looking to start an online business, learn a skill that you can market online, or start an online job. Each one of these methods requires a lot of dedication and patience to prove yourself and become one of the best in your field. That's the way that you make true and and large amounts of money. The same is true in the real world and proper jobs, and most people understand this, but they don't understand why and how this applies to online. If I was to go for a job somewhere, I understand what's required. I understand that they may require 8-hour days, 10-hour days, and most people would be comfortable with submitting to that, and that's completely fine. However, why do people struggle to understand that a business might take an extra 4 hours a day to work on top of your job? Admittedly, these are the uncomfortable hours, and it's not fun. Like right now, once I finish filming this video and uploading it, I have all of my work to do for my e-commerce shops that I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks. However, it is long-term beneficial and it is starting to pay off. The same could be true for you. However, it isn't ever going to happen unless you get into gear and actually start. The easiest way to start getting rich online is to start trying. So whilst I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news, and whilst I'm not trying to say it's impossible, for most people the concept of working an hour a day online and making millions is unlikely. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Most people understand this for a job, so why don't they understand this for the internet world? Over time, as you build your money and skill set, this will become easier, just like with a job. Think about every single day of development of your business as being like getting a raise or a higher position in your company or your job. But if you ask me, the reason why most people struggle to wrap their heads around this is because of the amount of self-management it takes. You have to wear all the hats, especially at first when you can't afford or need any employee. You're going to have to be the manager, the director, the customer service respondent, and everything in between. It is hard to get your head around, but you will be rewarded over time. The more things you try, the luckier you will get. The harder you work, the luckier you will get. That is just a fact of life and definitely a fact of business. So the question all boils down to, how hard are you willing to try? Are you really willing to give it a go? And are you really willing to put the effort in? Because if you're not, you shouldn't really expect those big results. However, you need to understand that the opportunities are still there, however they have changed. And the ways that people are making money in the modern day aren't necessarily like what they were a couple of years ago. And for some reason, people seem to understand this in retrospect, but when it's happening right before their eyes, it's very hard to wrap their heads around. Like, everybody understands why certain people got very rich in the Industrial Revolution. It's because they invented all the machinery, or they were to profit and benefit off of the machinery. The same's true now. We're in the internet age and the age of AI. Don't think some people already are not taking advantage of this. There are a lot of people in the last 10, 15, 20 years who have taken advantage of the internet itself, and many more will take advantage of AI. Now, I'm not trying to say that's necessarily the business field for you to go into, but I think you guys understand the point that I'm making here. There are still opportunities, so it's important to not give up. So to be honest, if you were to ask me what the easiest way to make money online in 2023 was, or the easiest way to get rich in 2023, I would say the first thing you need to do is understand that the world has changed. There are now new and different methods to making money, and a lot of people are making more money from doing these than their jobs. That's why we have gamers who make millions a year. Once you understand this, you need to then find a skill which will make you profitable and functional to the marketplace. It doesn't matter what it is, but you need to find something where people will pay you, or you will get paid in some way for offering a skill, whether it be a product, a service, or an experience. This is common knowledge, but many people seem to struggle to understand that. And once you've got that, it really is a case of work and work and work, keep experimenting, keep expanding, and every new opportunity that you get is somewhat like a promotion or a pay rise in a job, and they all benefit you in the long run. And once you start compounding this look and success, you'll see even better results. Give it 5 years, 10 years on the right path, and you might actually make something really well. So good luck to everybody out there. I hope you guys are doing well on your journey, and if you like this sort of content, don't forget to subscribe, as I am making videos every single day. Thank you, and see you soon.